Welcome to Nacho Fitness Coach. Two friends discuss all things fitness to bring knowledge and some opinions to you wherever you may be in your health journey. My friend Caleigh, the beginner, almost ran a 5K once, recently had her first protein shake, and is the proud owner of one set of 5-pound dumbbells.
And my friend Sara, the expert, grunts when she lifts, has race walked dozens of races, including a full marathon, and has 12 open protein tubs in the pantry. So let's get started.
Whoa. Okay, so this podcast is for entertainment only. If you have concerns about your health, consult a physician or other healthcare professionals. So Caleigh, have you ever taken like a group fitness class other than yoga?
One time.
Once.
Literally one day.
One instance of a group fitness class. Okay. Mm-hmm. What was it?
I think it was Jazzercise.
Oh. Of course it was.
When I lived in Omaha, we had, I don't know, there was a Jazzercise place down the street, and I got a wild hair like I do.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to go check this place out.
They were going to do some like early morning, 5 a.m. I don't know. I decided in my head, I can do that.
You did that?
And we actually,
out of all the classes they had available in their schedule, that was the one where you're like, I'm going to roll out of bed at like 4:30 and get to this 5 a.m. class.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Which probably been my choice, but there we go.
So I went and did like, there was like a weigh-in. I don't know. It's supposed to be like a weight loss thing, I think. Must have been.
Okay. Like some sort of challenge they were starting or whatever. Okay.
So I went in and
this is your first class.
Yeah.
And you're like, you gotta step on the scale.
And I wasn't doing it with a friend or anything.
You just showed up and they're like, you gotta weigh in here.
Yeah. So I went and I did like the weigh-in thing, and then I went to one single class, and it was horrible. And I never went back.
Uh-huh. What was it that made it so horrible?
I was like breathing hard. My heart rate was
actually the working out part.
And a workout. And it's like, turns out it's like dancing.
Yes.
Choreography type.
Right. Which for me is very hard.
Not my jam.
Not my jam.
I stayed in the back. And I mean, I struggled real hard. I think you know what
oh no.
I'm pretty sure I left early. I'm pretty sure I like checked my phone and acted like there was like a 5 a.m. like emergency situation. I didn't like say anything, but I was just like, oh,
bye.
Gotta go. And I'm like 98% sure that's how it went down.
How the end of it just kind of happened.
Yeah. So that was that. And then a couple years back, so I had my cousin in the town over. She is always putting together like these group. She's not a fitness instructor or anything. She's just somebody who like loves to just like
social workouts,
get groups of women together and like work out. So at the time she was doing these workouts at her house. So we would all get together. And since I lived 30 minutes away, I had to get up at 4 a.m.
Gross.
And this was every other day. They did it every day, but I was only like, I can only commit to every other day because I'm not waking up. And I wasn't going to bed early back then.
Right.
So I'd, go to bed at 11, wake up at 4, drive to Grand Island. I think the workouts started at 5. So she would like, if I remember right, one day they would be like a driveway workout. Those were a lot more intense. I tried to skip those days. And then the other days would be, we would go on a walk down the trail. Like we'd all just walk together and we'd stop and do like fitness moves.
Like one of those things. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Push-ups. I don't know. I do remember I did go and get myself a pair of workout gloves.
Oh.
Because we were like on cement and we were like down.
Okay.
Did that for a little while, and then because it was summer, and then I think probably once it started getting cold. But it was fun because like my sister went and my cousin was there, and so every once in a while I'd like talk a friend into
I mean, that's group fitness.
Yeah.
You've done more than just like one class. I mean, that kind of counts. I mean, that's a group thing.
Fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I think she doesn't, I don't know. I never know what she's doing anymore, but she does do rippers classes at her church now.
What are rippers?
You don't know what rippers is?
No.
It's like the stick dancing.
Oh, pound. I mean, I'm pound certified.
Of course you are.
But I didn't know that there was like a knockoff now.
I'm not going there. Okay.
What color are the sticks that
so
they
hold
use?
on.
What color
Are
are the
you
sticks?
a professional pounder? Sorry. What color are the sticks?
Yeah. Have you went to
I
that
haven't
class?
gone.
Oh, you haven't gone?
No.
Okay.
No, it looks super fun though, and she's always really good about like posting pictures, and like sometimes she'll just have a little group, and sometimes lately I feel like she's been posting pictures of like big groups, just wayward women out trying to get in a fitness class. It's cool. It looks fun.
It's super fun. Well, I can't speak to, what'd you call it?
Rippers.
I don't know what that is.
All right.
But okay.
Fire up.
So Pound is the original, in my opinion. I guess you could have to find like the timeline or whatever, but there have been several that have like copied the.
Is Rippers even a thing?
I don't know.
Jenny, text me because you're making me sound stupid.
So Pound is a class that is, it's drumming based to the beats of the music. And I love it. I love teaching that as a group fitness class because I don't have to speak.
Yeah.
A lot of times in group fitness classes, especially if they're dance related or whatever, your instructor is the one that's having to give you cues on what to do. And you spend the whole time talking. In Pound classes, they just follow you with the cues and you're just like doing the class with them basically. And you're kind of just giving them like cues with your sticks, like in between. And it's super simple patterns, repeatable. And I love being able to just like hit the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, because sometimes it just feels good to like hit something.
Pound something.
Yeah. Right.
Right.
Right. Yep. Sometimes it just does. It just
Okay.
gets a
So
little-
I don't.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe
I don't think Rippers is a thing. I don't.
maybe she just kind of made up her own
Maybe
name, but then
that's
it's
like
like ripping off that.
I think it is Pound though.
Okay. So, well, maybe it's the same thing then. I don't know. If they're bright green sticks, then that's the signature for a Pound class. Is those are supposed to be kind of their mark.
I feel like the sticks are multi.
Oh, then yeah, it might be a mix of something. I don't know. I don't want to get her in trouble, but I mean, well,
she's not like, as far as I know, she's not like certified to be,
to do anything.
I think she just is like,
Oh, let's just do this. We'll
Here,
make this a
everybody
fun workout. And
come
here
to
we
my
go.
church and
Well, you should be certified if you're leading people. To do
okay. Well,
something.
we'll cut all that out.
It's not a very well regulated industry by any means. But it's fine. It's fine. You know what? Today's episode is not about that. Although that is a whole
Are any of our episodes about
no,
what
but that's a whole soapbox that I could definitely go on about group fitness classes. All I know is that I just hope that everyone stays safe in those classes.
So here I'll show you real quick. One of her pictures of
I know.
her class.
Okay. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it might just be like a compilation of.
They're just moving their bodies.
That's good. I love it.
Sticks.
Yes, I do like. Well, and I mean, I'm kind of a heavy metal like rock listener. Like that's my preferred genre, and so they do choose a lot of songs that are very rock and roll, which oftentimes, in my experience with like group fitness classes, you don't always get that. You're getting more of like the top 40 or whatever. That's more of like mainstream stuff. And so I have always appreciated that about that particular like certification and those types of classes is that they fit more into my genre, more into my personality, that I'm not having to like cute and be the happy like cheerleader up on stage because that is a real struggle for me.
No kidding.
Can you believe that? I just don't like people that much. It's hard. Sometimes.
I mean, the first time I saw you was up on a float and you were...
I was by myself and I wasn't saying anything.
I know, but you were looking real cheerful. Just saying.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I mean, group fitness classes, if I have a wild hair and it's like, okay, I'll be social. Or if I've got some people that I know I'm going and it's just kind of an accountability side of it, fine. It is really not my jam.
It's not.
No, I don't really like to do like the small talk and like the awkward looks of like everyone coming in and leaving and being like, hi, or like, I recognize you because we come to all the same classes, but like, I don't really know your name and I don't really want to know your name.
Yeah.
And so you're just kind of like coming and going. So I don't know. They're hard for me because I mean, again, I don't like cardio.
Right.
And most group fitness classes are cardio based. So,
So not your jam.
it's really not my
I've
jam.
never given it enough of a chance to know it's my jam. I know Jazzercise was not
Not a good
my
fit.
jam. And you used to do Jazzercise. Let's talk about that.
Well, yeah, that was, a point in time that I learned
You were
a lot from.
You were a different person.
We have the gym in town, and there's, I love having options for people to find what's right for them.
Yeah.
And, the franchise here was in need of somebody to kind of take over ownership. And none of the current instructors were really interested in fulfilling that role. And so it was kind of one of those opportunities where I was like, I don't want to see it go away because it was really important to this community.
Yeah.
But I should have known from the very first day of trying to get training done, like in as being an instructor, that it wasn't gonna be a good fit for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like the trainer lady that was doing the certification in Omaha, she hated me, but I think she also could tell that I wasn't your typical Jazzercise instructor from a standpoint of a lot of times they'd been somebody that went to class for years, or, a lot of time, or like had dance history, or like was a loyal customer for a long time and then decided they want to start teaching. I was just not the typical like entrance into that particular role. And so I don't know, I tried my best, but I totally failed.
Not your thing.
It is not my thing.
That's
so
cool.
I prefer to own the gym the way we have it.
Yeah.
That's my thing for sure. So, I don't mind small group training classes.
Yeah.
I do love doing workshops with like smaller groups. It's more of like strength training based. But, my years of doing one-on-one training, the one thing I learned with personal training is that somebody's paying me to do their workout.
Right.
They're not paying attention to what we're doing. So if like something ever comes up and their budget, say, cuts that from, which it happens a lot, right? Because it's an investment. I didn't find that a lot of people just kept doing it on their own.
Yeah.
And I really struggled with that because I just feel like there's such a value in heavy strength training in your routine that I'm like, I want somebody to pay me, but I want them to learn.
Right.
Oh, because I just feel like I'm like clocking the mic stand here now.
Gotta learn.
Gotta learn. You gotta take control of this,
Have you
people.
ever thought about being like a drill sergeant?
I should. I probably could.
Terrifying.
That would be, I don't mind doing a good boot camp class.
Wow.
Either there too. Because, like you can get out some good like battle ropes and like groups that way. I can handle that. It's a good time. Okay. But that was the one thing. So like getting back into it, doing more of like a small group workshop where it's like you're focusing more on breaking down the form and trying to teach people.
Yeah.
And so that you're paying attention. That's where I feel like you got to own it.
Yeah.
So that you can do it for yourself for like the rest of your life. Because I feel like you should be picking up heavy stuff to stay strong.
Yeah.
And get stronger. So it's really hard to do that in a true group fitness class settings. You know what I mean? That's why they are all mostly cardio based. Even the ones that exist out there, they're like, no, we have strength training. Well, it's not the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you feel like the whole this trend with the Peloton, like online, I don't know, what do you get on your Peloton bike, and it's like you have a coach, and do you feel like that falls into the category or not so much?
Not so much. Okay. I mean, I feel like that's still there are some similarities to it, right? Because you have an instructor that's on a screen.
Yeah.
What I do like about the Peloton, which is something that is probably really like the only thing I like too about CrossFit, is that it brings like a sense of community into what you're doing. So, even if you're at home and you're just on your spin bike, you've got the different people that you can connect with and you're competing against, and just that sense of community, which can build some accountability as you start to like meet people, if you will, for example. And so there is definitely that side of it to group fitness classes, if it's accountability.
Yeah.
But it just depends on where you're at, what you want for your goals out there. I could leave them.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need them.
Yeah.
But some people do. I mean, some people love that social side of it. And so it's like, well, if that's your jam, go for it. But I don't need it.
And then there's like, and I don't know a lot about this, but like the Soul Cycle.
Yep. Oh, I've taken a Soul Cycle class.
You have?
Yes. I think I was pregnant with number 3. We were taking a little trip and booked a class in New York City. And it Soul Cycle is fun.
I've heard that there's almost like kind of like with CrossFit. It's kind of like a cult.
There's a
culty
yes.
aspect
There
surrounding
is. There absolutely is.
Huh.
It's a thing. And how, it's interesting because it's like, how does that happen to some brands, but not all of them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Orange Theory is like another one that's gotten really popular and like pops up. And it's like, but that one I don't feel like is quite cult-like.
Yeah.
As like Soul Cycle and
I don't know.
And CrossFit.
I don't know enough about them too.
I don't know. So yeah, Soul Cycle is fun. I mean, it's a spin class. They put you in a small room and it's really loud music and you get kind of that like energy and atmosphere and stuff. And so yes, it is definitely fun. I think Soul Cycle really nailed the like the supply and demand situation, mostly because I don't feel like their studios, they're not very big. They only have a limited number of bikes. Oh. And so I think that's part of their appeal is that they sell out each class. Yeah. And so there's this part of like I got to book my bike. Otherwise, and so just playing against human nature tendencies where you're like, oh, I got to get on it.
Scarcity. So it probably really, I mean, with all of it, I think that culty aspect of it, it probably just comes down to marketing at the end of the day.
Oh, it totally does come to marketing. I mean, enough so the marketing that I was like so excited to see when the first time we were out there that I walked by and I was like, no, I'm just going to pop in here and buy a tank top. Oh. So I have a Soul Cycle tank top.
Wow.
And I didn't stay to do a class that particular time because it didn't work out with the way the schedule was lining up. I didn't have my stuff ready.
I should have bought a Jazzercise tank top that day.
I have plenty of ones I'll give to you. I have a lot of those left over. I
never went back.
The Soul Cycle one I picked out though, like just to kind of play off my rocker side. I mean, it's got like this big like skull on it, and because they do actually play some harder music and some heavier stuff too. It's kind of fun. So, but yeah, that's a good time. So yeah, I've done spin classes. That's definitely a different vibe than say like a spin class at like a big box gym. 24-hour fitness or whatever. That's spin classes in their group fitness room is different than like a little boutique thing like that.
I didn't know it was set up like that. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're never. I mean, I feel like there's only a couple of rows, and maybe it was just that particular studio, couple studios that I've been in and seen, but and maybe that's just specific to New York City too. But maybe there's some out there that are bigger, have bigger bikes. But I do think that's part of the appeal is that you get in there and the room's totally full. Right. They turn, the lights way down, and so it's dark, but then it's loud, and you kind of just get into it, and it's a good time. So it's a show experience too. But that's like I mentioned Orange Theory, right? I mean, that's one that's popped up, and that one's interesting too because the whole basis of it is that you're trying to get in like this target heart rate zone. Oh, and so it's like this orange zone that they have you like working in, and so
I thought it was just a gym.
No, it's not. They're group fitness classes. Now, I don't know actually if they also do like personal training or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure.
I would be the last to know. I wouldn't be the one to ask.
They're mostly like group fitness classes. They've got treadmills, and I think they do some strength training and stuff, but their whole thing is they have this theory that your heart rate should stay in this like certain range.
The orange range.
In the orange range, yeah. And so they try to like keep you from like not going too high or too low. And so, I don't know. I mean, I have mixed opinions on that though too, because like if you're feeling good and you want to do more and you can do more, like why not?
I know. I think I sent you my heart zone screenshot one time, and I was like, "Is it okay that I'm in the max zone for 26 minutes out of a 28-minute?"
Right.
You were like, "I mean,
how are you feeling?
If you feel okay,
yeah." It's like, I mean. If your heart's like coming out of your chest, you're like, I don't feel so good, and you're lightheaded.
And then I looked at your response, and I was like, that is what Sarah was like. That is a Sarah response. Like that is, I don't know what I was expecting.
My favorite answer is, it depends.
Yeah,
it depends.
Not your fitness coach.
I am not your fitness coach. Which is the whole point behind the name of the podcast. So I was like, I don't know, it just depends. But I'm not your fitness coach. And so it's like, well, the podcast idea came up. That stuck as the name. But then you say it fast enough and it ties into Taco Tuesday. And now it's just Nacho. So now I'm Nacho fitness coach.
But you kind of are now.
But I am now. So it's like, isn't that just funny how she found a way to like smarter than she looks. I'm such a sucker. Oh my goodness. But it's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. We're fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything
We're
is
fine.
totally fine. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think a common misconception is that group fitness classes in general provide adequate strength training.
Okay.
And I disagree with that.
Okay.
I feel like they're mostly just cardio.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
I mean, I love me some cardio, so maybe I'll.
it's good for you, but everyone should be strength training 3 times a week.
Well,
Well, I shouldn't say everybody. Okay, that's a blanket statement. Please consult with your healthcare provider to make sure that you're doing what's right for you. But in my opinion, generally speaking, it would be extremely beneficial to implement heavy strength training
heavy.
2 to 3 times a week. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to go down this road with you.
Well, you are too late. Too late. You're here. You're here. We're here.
I'm scared.
You're gonna hate it. I mean, why would you not do something that's like harder than what you just do in everyday life?
Because I don't know how.
Right. Okay. Well, see, so there we go. Well, just pull up YouTube. No, I'm kidding.
So the thought of like with group classes and all that.
There's an appeal to that for sure. That you just all you have to do is get there.
Yeah, I don't want to work out in front of people.
No. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that is hard when you're like in like lines and rows, and then having to do all this
You feel
stuff.
like you're the only person who doesn't know
What's going on?
what you're doing.
Yeah,
which you're probably not. But
but you know
feel
what?
that
Though?
way.
I mean, you feel that way, but chances are there's probably a lot of other people in the room that feel that way too. That definitely is the case in the gym. I feel like a lot of times people will be like, people are going to watch me. They don't, you know, everyone else knows what they're doing in here. I'm like, oh no, trust me. I own this gym. 90% of the people in here don't maybe know exactly what they should be doing.
But everybody's so worried about it's kind of like, this is unrelated, kind of, it's adjacent.
Okay.
But it's like in the summer when like everybody's worried about putting on a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Because of how they're going to look, and other people are going to see them in their swimsuit, and they're going to see their cellulite and their fat and all this stuff.
Right.
But nobody's looking at you.
No.
Because everybody else is too worried about how they look in their own swimsuit.
Yes.
So.
Yep. It's true. So
Or the swimsuit.
the pool, the gym, kind of all the same deal. Just do the best you can and just try to move and try to like just keep learning.
Yeah.
And try to get better. Like the way I do squats today is not the way I did squats growing up. I was coached differently in the 90s or even the early 2000s in college. Like we were coached differently on how to do squats. Yeah. Even the last 10 years in this own personal fitness journey, like relearning it for health purposes versus performance, like squat coaching today it's different. It's all part of the journey.
Yeah.
So you gotta
So I guess that's where, I mean, I think people probably tie themselves so much into one type of group fitness. And I think that's where the culty feeling comes in, is that this is the one group fitness class that works.
Well,
and, you know, I guess if you're going to do it, try a little bit of everything and
see how it's different.
don't marry yourself to,
Don't
or do.
let-
I don't care.
That's true. You do you. You do you.
Do what feels good.
If you want to become identified with that,
Right.
then just there you go.
Yeah.
Part of who you are. There we go. So I don't know. I am not a fan of group fitness
You're not?
classes.
Okay.
No. I mean, no.
I don't-
They're definitely not what I need to get to my personal fitness goals. So I'm like, why
And
am
it's
I
good
going to
that you
waste
know
my
that.
time in it?
It's good that you know that. You're not out there chasing some.
No. But if it fulfills you, and
Sure.
your, you know, what makes you tick, then you go for it, girl.
I'm good on. I think I'm good.
You like them or you don't want 'em?
like the very
You like-
unofficial groups that my my cousin was doing. Like that was fun. I met new people.
Yeah.
And we all it was just a big
That is fun.
cackle
The
fest.
social,
and-
like the social side of it.
Yeah, it was fun, but that's kind of the extent of my experience with it. So it's not something I'm gonna go home and like sign up for.
No,
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good without it.
But if you love it, we love that for you.
We love that for you, but I hate it. So
Burn it to the ground.
Well, on that note, we hope you still listen to the next episode. Okay. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the episode. Be sure to let us know how you feel about the topic. Do you love it or hate it?
Also, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and of course, tell your friends. Until next time.
You've been listening to Euphony Innovatives Sonified.